negative going into this match. So right now it's slotted to have, Ambrose, the champion, take on Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and I know Cena lost, right?
Yeah.
He lost his match to qualify.
And he cost AJ Styles the match as well.
So AJ Styles does. So it's still a triple threat match.
Correct.
Okay. So what's your opinion on that? He failed the wellness policy. He is conveniently scheduled to come back right before the pay-per-view because WWE was supposedly, they knew that he failed the wellness policy, but allowed him to take place in the last pay-per-view where he dropped the title to Dean Ambrose. So it's set up perfect timing for him to come back for the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, he actually dropped it to Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins and then to Dean Ambrose. So.
Yes. Of course he should be allowed to be in the pay-per-view. I mean, the way WWE is trying to shove his character down the WWE Universe's throat and what they've done to the man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, regardless, we don't know if he knew what he was taking or not. I mean, we really don't.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
really
it's no different than baseball. You take it. You're vilified. You're guilty. Randy Orton has done it numerous times, so it doesn't matter. You took it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, put him in the main event. Give him some hope. Give Roman Reigns fans, the very few that are out there, give them some hope that he could regain the title. I mean, he's put his time in, He
has put his time in, but you can see the slow process of being the heel turn is starting. While he's kind of gotten very hostile with the fans of late, including telling them, "I don't care what you think, and I don't care what you say," and
And with this suspension, the WWE should be incorporating that into the storyline, make him hate it even more.
But, the rumors of there's going to be a Shield reunion to take on the Club. They kind of, at a house show the other night, they kind of teased it. It was Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins tagging up. And they did the Super Power Bomb, but off the shoulders of Seth Rollins. He even did the whole Roman Reigns leaned back and went, "Hoo-ah!" thing.
Really?
And they power bombed AJ Styles.
Really?
So
who was he teaming up with, Gallows or Anderson?
Anderson.
Really? Interesting.
So, and then there's another one that, down the road there was a girl tweeted it, a big Randy Orton fan, tweeted that Randy Orton was coming back at the end of August at a house show in Texas where they're advertising the return of the Viper Randy Orton, but they're also advertising that Dean Ambrose is going to be defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
They've done this before too.
And that The Miz was going to be defending the Intercontinental Championship, which means both men walk away from this pay-per-view with the title.
Do you think that's bad marketing?
I think that's terrible. I think that's awful.
So do I. I mean, why even tune into the pay-per-view if you see something like that? I mean, of course, card is subject to change.
Of course it's subject to change. I mean, anything can happen. Injuries happen, things like that. When Seth Rollins got hurt, that changed a lot of things. Including, I think, who won the title and who wasn't going to win the title.
Mm-hmm.
But the bottom line is, if you're advertising back down in August that the champion is going to be there, now are you doing that so you can sell tickets? Because if Dean Ambrose doesn't have the title, you're not going to have that match because that match isn't going to mean squat.
I mean, you still could have the match.
It's just not going to mean squat, though, because it's, it's a perennial, it's a heavyweight championship contender, a guy that's, going to compete for the title.
I mean, but anybody competing for a title at a house show, I mean, is that really significant at a house show?
It depends. Maybe this is one of the ones that WWE decides to broadcast on the network.
When's the last time we've seen a title change at a house show, though? I mean, the golden ages? Like the golden era?
Nah, probably never.
Probably never, right? No, I think I can remember about 20 years ago, a title changed on a house show. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Well, I know Ric Flair, after WrestleMania 10, when Savage beat Flair for the title, I think it was a couple nights later, Flair beat Savage for the title on a house show.
Mm-hmm.
And it was only because, again, Savage's contract was running out, and Vince McMahon was in panic mode. Wouldn't want anybody to jump ship to WCW holding a WWE title. Kind of Medusa-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Bret Hart, the screw job. That was supposedly the whole basis around the screw job, is him afraid that Bret Hart was going to leave WWE with the title and go to WCW with it. So, shit like that happens. But
how do you feel about Roman?
My feel is he broke the policy. He should not be allowed to partake in this.
Oh, you're strictly by the book.
Not even strictly by the book. He's not going to be competing at all for a month. You have enough people that make fun of the guy that say he can't wrestle as it is. Now he's going to be rusty. He's not going to be in the ring for a month. No real competition. It's one thing to practice and go to school and train and do stuff like that. Maybe even go to NXT and wrestle some down there in dark matches just to stay in shape. But it's not the same as when you're on TV doing it for real in front of 15,000, 20,000 people.
Right, but it'll still be in the match with two outstanding performers that will probably carry him through the match.
But at his point of his career, he shouldn't need to be carried if he's a former champ.
No, he shouldn't. But also the character they give him. You remember when he was hated, booed as the champion, and then when he went absolutely apeshit on Triple H and beat the crap out of him, the fans cheered for him?
Yeah, because it was just the getting tired of the whole authority thing.
And they were tired of his character, too. He needs to be an animal, like he can be. The man is... He's big. He's big. He's not a little guy.
No,
he's not small like Seth Rollins.
They're not using his character to its fullest, but that's pretty much the MO with WWE throughout the decade. But I just don't think he deserves to be in that position. I think that there's numerous things that you can do here. You can just make this a straight one-on-one match with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose.
And what did you just count Roman out of the
He's
entire
out.
thing?
He's out. He lost.
But does he even get a match to pay-per-view?
No.
No, so suspend him for longer than 30 days.
No, he's just suspended and he's gonna have to watch the pay-per-view. We've seen other guys get buried for less.
Yeah, we have.
So, if you're not, you're the top of the food chain. Let's put it this way: you got 5 guys who right now are at the top of the food chain in WWE. One of them obviously being the champion. So you have to act like that. Now, if you fail, years ago, something like that happened. You would never have anybody come out on the next Raw and talk about it. Okay, you had Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose come out and talk about it, which I would hope was scripted, but that had
public knowledge.
It is public knowledge. Well, years ago, that you weren't able to gain that public knowledge. If you did, it was way later.
Damn the internet.
Exactly. But the bottom line is, you still didn't talk about it. It was just ignored. It was kind of that person went away for a month. Or back in the day, they would get a fake injury and they'd be gone for a month. Now you can't do that with the internet. I think WWE jumped the gun a little bit with the announcement. They should have had Roman Reigns just pull off a fake injury.
That could have worked.
And then a couple days later, then announced it.
They've done that with other superstars. When Kane went out to film his See No Evil 2,
yep.
He went out on a fake injury.
Yep, they all usually do. But I just don't... I don't see that you're... bottom line is this never would have happened with Vince McMahon calling the shots back there. This is definitely a Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Shane McMahon script that was going on with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins coming out and talking about it, because that never would have been talked about in the past. Vince McMahon never would have allowed that.
Well, what do you think Vince would have done?
Vince McMahon never would have allowed that. It never would have been part of the script. If a guy went off script, they would have cut the mic. They would have had somebody go out there and cause one interference. If somebody wanted to drop a pipe bomb, they would have went out there and stopped it from happening.
Good old pipe bombs.
Okay. Now, the fact that it freely happened and then Stephanie came out and acknowledged that it happened just tells you that's a different era of wrestling and different scripts. But at the same time, that you should be showing the youth, your fans, that it's okay to take drugs, whether it's performance enhancing or otherwise. We're going to suspend you for a month, but we're going to reward you with a pay-per-view immediately when you come back for the title.
Yeah, but I mean, with the suspension, you can't really say they're condoning, the taking of performance-enhancing drugs. And
no, but
they're
almost rewarding him. He comes back and immediately he's thrown into a championship match and a pay-per-view.
But wasn't he booked for this match before?
No.
He
failed the drug test before this match was made. Well, in public. I'm sure this match was made behind scenes months ago.
Right.
But he failed the drug test before he dropped the title.
Do you think that's why they had him drop the title, or they had?
Well, yeah, he had to drop. I think he was going to drop the title anyway, but I don't think he was going to drop it to Ambrose. I don't think Ambrose was going to win that title. I think it was going to be Rollins, but because he failed the drug test and he needed a different angle, and they knew that as soon as the pay-per-view was over, they were going to have to announce that he failed that drug test, so he'd be back right as the next pay-per-view starts. It puts a little angle out there, so now Ambrose is the champion, so Rollins gets the rematch.
Right. That's what I was going to say.
And Reigns could be the odd man out and make him turn heel, but instead they're giving him the triple threat match. They're involving him still, and he shouldn't be.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
So I don't know. That's just my swing on it. I don't think he deserves. I'm not a Roman Reigns fan, but I'm not an anti-Roman Reigns guy.
You're not a hater?
No. I'm a fan of his work and his work ethic, but I'm not a fan of his routine in the ring, I guess you could say. It's very
repetitive.
Yes, it's just the same every match.
Mm-hmm.
He's not up there to be a wrestler. He's not going to be a technical guy, but even Hogan had to change it up over the years. And I think some of these guys need to learn that now before they become that boring guy who does the same moveset over and over and over and over, where the fans are basically yelling out your next moveset like they do with Cena.
Right. I mean, how many times do we do it?
Yeah, well, we do it with Cena all the time.
Do it with everybody.
Cena, we're calling the next set of moves. We're like, all right, here comes the slam. Here comes the five knuckle shuffle, but he won't nail it this time. He's gonna get kicked in the face.
Yeah.
And then boom, there it goes.
You know who's great with it? Very unpredictable. Not Jay George. Kevin Owens. Great in the ring. Very unpredictable. Never know what you're going to see. I mean, you do see some of the same moves sometimes, but it's not every time.
I'm still not sold with Kevin Owens.
Why not?
I just don't. I can't
it's
see.
Like your twin.
Yeah. Well, I can't. I just can't see the face of the WWE being Kevin Owens.
Maybe not now. But me and you talked about this personally. You stick Paul Heyman with him.
Yeah, I mean, if Paul Heyman...
He can be.
You get Paul Heyman as his mouthpiece. I mean, even though Kevin Owens is pretty damn good with the mic himself, but you get him as a mouthpiece, I think Paul Heyman can change his career. I kind of think the way Kevin Owens is going now, especially after this Sami Zayn feud, if you don't push Kevin Owens right away into a championship picture, he's just going to slip away.
I mean, as soon as he came up, they pushed him. He beat Cena. I mean, if you beat Cena in your first match,
you have to do something. You got to do something like that. You got to make a point, just like they tried to do with Fandango and Jericho. They tried to give Fandango a push, and he beat Jericho. Okay, that's pretty much Jericho's been here, working the curve of trying to push these young kids. So, kudos to him because he knows his career is done. So. He's going to do whatever it is to get a paycheck at this point.
Yeah. But I mean, you watch Roman Reigns, like you said, it's almost boring at times because you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But you see Ambrose and Kevin Owens, like we've seen before, they put on a hell of a show. Exciting matches.
Yeah.
And you know what? This is kind of off topic, but this just came to my head. Where the hell is Neville? Where's he been?
This guy had to be.
He got a push. He got a huge push in the beginning.
If the guy's disappeared this long.